Hello students, welcome to Edupedia World. My name is Shivam Mishra and I am a BTech from IIT-BHU. Today we will be discussing the solutions to IIT JEE Advanced 2014 Chemistry Paper 1. The paper code which we are using is 5. So in case you have the code, you can follow the questions from there. Let us look at question number 13. In this question we have been given a list of reagents and we have been asked how many of the above reagents can oxidize I minus, that is iodide, into iodine. Let us look at the reactions one by one. The first reagent is acidified potassium dichromate. As we all know that the dichromate ion Cr2O7 minus in acidic medium is a very good oxidizing agent. So of course it will oxidize I minus into I2 and it will itself get reduced to Cr plus 3. This is a very important reaction which you all must remember, that the dichromate ion in acidic medium is reduced to chromium plus 3. So the first one will be my answer. Let us look at the second reaction. In second reaction we have been given potassium permanganate, that is MnO4 minus. However, this is a very interesting case because the medium has been clearly specified as alkaline. Okay, so KMnO4 no doubt is a very good oxidizing agent. However, when it will oxidize I minus in a basic medium, I2 might be formed, but I2 is not at all stable in basic medium, because as we all know that I2 undergoes disproportionation in basic medium into IO3 minus. So the second one won't be my answer. And just to complete the reaction, MnO4 minus will get reduced to, in basic medium it will get reduced to MnO4 2 minus. Okay, so this is the reaction which will take place, but I2 will not be formed because I2 is not stable in basic medium. The third reagent has been given as copper sulfate. This is a very characteristic and important reaction, that Cu plus 2 can oxidize I minus. It will itself get reduced to Q plus ion and it will form Cu2I2 and I minus will get oxidized to I2. This is again a very standard reaction of inorganic chemistry. Third one is H2O2. Now H2O2, as we all know, is an oxidizing as well as reducing agent, hydrogen peroxide. Okay, so H2O2 will combine with I minus and I minus will be oxidized to I2 and H2O2 will form OH minus. Okay, for a moment you might be forced to think over here that since OH minus is being formed, then I2 will not be stable due to disproportionation. You all must remember what a disproportionation reaction is. Okay, so for a moment you might be forced to think that I2 will not be formed, but see, initially the medium has not been specified. Okay, and this particular OH minus over here is being formed due to the reaction. So after sufficient time, when the concentration of OH minus is large enough, then we can say that I2 might disproportionate, but initially I will definitely include this as my answer, that I2 will be formed and I minus will be oxidized to I2. The next reagent which has been given to us is chlorine. Now chlorine will definitely oxidize I minus because the oxidizing power of halogens, I am just writing in brief over here, the oxidizing power of the halogens is F2 is greater than chlorine, Cl2 is greater than Br2 is greater than I2. This is a very important fact which you all must remember. So definitely Cl2 can oxidize I minus. So Cl2 on reaction with I minus will form, it will itself go into Cl minus and I minus will be oxidized to I2. So this is again going to be my answer. Cu2 plus will also be my answer. Cr2O7 minus will also be my answer. So far we have 4 reagents. Okay, fine. Let us look at the next reagent, which is ozone. Ozone is a case similar to H2O2, but this also will be included in the answer because ozone is a strong oxidizing agent. So O3 will oxidize I minus into I2 and it will itself be reduced to O2. So this again is going to be my one of the answers. Okay, and if we consider further, the next reagent is FeCl3, ferric. So ferric is again a good oxidizing agent. Fe plus 3, it will definitely oxidize I minus into I2, while it will itself get reduced to Fe plus 2. I would like to bring a very important point of inorganic chemistry. I would like to highlight it over here, that Fe plus 3 can oxidize I minus, but Fe plus 3 cannot oxidize Br minus. This is a very important point. This is based upon the reduction potentials. It cannot oxidize Br minus or Cl minus into Br2 and Cl2 respectively. So this is based upon the electrochemical series. Okay, so Fe plus 3 cannot oxidize Br minus and Cl minus. However, in this particular case we have been asked I minus, so definitely it can oxidize I minus. And finally we are left with two reagents, HNO3 and Na2S2O3. So HNO3, as we all know, is a very good oxidizing agent again. So this HNO3 will again oxidize I minus into I2, and regarding its own reduction product, it will form NO oblique NO2, depending upon the fact whether it is dilute HNO3. For dilute HNO3 it will be reduced to NO, and for concentrated HNO3 it will be reduced to NO2. If there is a large sufficient amount of HNO3, this I2 might be further oxidized into HiO3, but since we have been asked can it oxidize I minus to I2, so definitely this is going to be my answer. Now the last reagent which we have been given is Na2S2O3. Now this reagent is used in titrations involving iodine, and Na2S2O3, it will reduce I2 to I minus, while it will itself get reduced to S4O6 2 minus. Okay, so this won't be in our list of reagents, whereas HNO3 will be. Fine. So now we are basically left with counting the number of reagents. So if we start from dichromate, so this will be my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, that is Fe plus 3, and finally 7, that is HNO3. So the correct answer for this particular question would be 7. That is a total of 7 reagents can oxidize I minus into I2. Thank you very much.